Hello and welcome to the 11th and the final part of my Thames Path journey. Today I'm walking from Vauxhall Bridge to the Thames barrier. Again, I'm going to walk on the south bank of the river, and a walk will take me through or past the city of Westminster and the city of London, and well, right out. Obviously along the way there's going to be a lot of the well-known London landmarks. I'm not going to try and talk about all of them, otherwise this video would last forever, but I will try and show as many of them as I can along the way. The path starts with a bit of a detour away from the river, and that's because right next to Vauxhall Bridge there's a site for the tunnel, you know, the sewer tunnel I was talking to you about. So I start off walking on this main road and should hit the river just down here. There's the super sewer site, and then just down there I think are some pillars which are the oldest structure in London. It's either from a wharf or a bridge that was built, they reckon, around 4000 BC. This is Lambeth Palace, originally built in 1495, and it was built as the London residency of the Archbishops of Canterbury, and it still has. Apparently it's got quite a famous library in it somewhere, but I'm not going in there today. Westminster Bridge, which apparently is painted green to reflect the House of Commons, and Lambeth Bridge is painted red to reflect the House of Lords. This is underneath the festival hall. Official skateboarding area. Folks down there are mudlarking, looking to see what they can find in the foreshore. I've reached Blackfriars Bridge now, and in the background there is the famous St Paul's. That's the famous Millennium Bridge, which leads to the equally famous Tate Modern Gallery, which used to be a smelly old power station. I've come to a full-size replica of the Golden Hind, which is the ship that Sir Francis Drake sailed. Unfortunately, quite a bit of it's covered by scaffolding and cloth. Oh well, there you go. I've made it to London Bridge, which is on the site of the original London Bridge. Another one you often see pictures of that's got houses on it, which was the original bridge across the Thames from the City of London. See those two towers over there? It's to the station. Impressive, isn't it? The ship in front of me is HMS Belfast, which is a Second World War battle cruiser. And just to the left of it, you can see the Tower of London. Just to the right of it, it's Tower Bridge. Since being downstream from Tower Bridge, it's got a lot quieter. There are a lot less people along this bit. I think maybe because it's kind of more residential than anything else. But it was definitely busy, very busy. London Bridge, the other side Tower Bridge. Yeah, a bit further upstream than that as well. No, it's quite peaceful. Quite nice. Getting a bit hungry now. I think probably need to try and find somewhere to eat, which isn't too expensive. Fat chance in London, eh? Well, I found a small little cafe, an old churchyard I think it is. So got a hot panini, coffee, apple strudel. That'll do me. I'm not sure if I've kind of lost the path, but anyway. Brilliant, thank you. I'm not sure if I've wandered off it or not, but anyway, I'll find it eventually. Well, that was a very peaceful and pleasant snack, meal, whatever you want to call it. Although I did get myself in a bit of a mess with the apple turnover. It's in the churchyard of St Mary the Virgin, which is this church. Good bit of filming. Which is the church where the Pilgrim Fathers sailed from in the Mayflower when they went to America. So yeah, I've stumbled across quite a famous spot. Anyway, need to press on now. Find the river again. A lot of those buildings along there are old warehouses. So here it says New Crane Wharf, Metropolitan Wharf. I guess that was in the days when the Thames was a busy river. Lots of cargo coming into it. Now it's pleasure boats that whiz up and down. Part I'm walking through now, I guess used to be, you know, the sort of docklands and warehouses and stuff like that. It's all highly residential. Quite a lot of joggers and people like that around about. So you can kind of see what it used to be, the old life, but it's obviously been redeveloped into all these really nice posh flats. Look at that skyline. There's the Shard. If you can make out the egg or whatever they call it. Over there, it's behind a few buildings. I have arrived at the famous Canary Wharf, which is a whole world within itself. A little time just before my break, the path has sort of come near the river and then come away and come back and come away. It's doing it quite a lot, either because there are cuttings like this from the old dock days, or because there are buildings, flats basically, that have been built right up next to the side of the river, so it's sort of with the river, away from the river, blah blah blah. And if you can see in this one, there's the old dock gates. And there's still a quay over there, or what do you call it? There's some boats on it. I've come away from the Thames again. This is the borough of Lewisham. Looks like I've come into Del Boy land. A contrast between the new and the old. This looks like it's all set to fall into the river, doesn't it? All in posh new buildings on the other side. Such a contrast. This is Deptford Creek that flows into the Thames. I'm going to go over that bridge. Carry on down there. You can see in the distance there, Cutty Sark. I'll go past that in a minute or two. The river's so wide now, isn't it? Massive. This is the Cutty Sark, which is an old tea clipper. Used to bring tea from China in the 1800s. I remember coming to visit this when I was a kid with my dad. But when we came, she was actually in the Thames and nearer the city centre than what she is now. But I think there was a serious fire and it got pretty much destroyed, and they had to rebuild her. There's a lot of people around here. Maybe there's something particular going on. It's well busy. I've now arrived at the old Naval College, Royal Naval College, in Greenwich. What a place. Its own particular gates. Whew. Can you see the Millennium Dome? That's where we're heading next. That great monstrosity there is the Greenwich power station, which apparently still works. But it's not coal-fired anymore, it's fired by gas. And there's whatever it's called from a different angle. It's gone out my head for a minute. This is some of the less glamorous parts of the Thames Path. It's definitely a path of contrasts.
There's a lot of money in giant companies and stuff, so...
Yeah, San Francisco is a very, very...
Over here, on the other side of the golf course, is the famous Millennium Dome. I think that once was a ship. Wonder what they did with the rest of it. Wow, look at that. That is the Emirates airline cable car over the Thames. I bet that's awesome. I think that is some kind of sculpture. Doesn't appeal to me. I can just about see the Thames barrier. The walk is nearly at an end. Mixed feelings. I'm about a mile away from the Thames barrier, so I'm nearly finished. Well, this ain't the most scenic ending to a walk I've ever had. Well, there's the Thames barrier. You can see it clearly now. 10 minutes and it's all done. I think this must be the end of the Thames Path. It's a bit obscure, isn't it? Anyway, I've done it. I've finished the National Trail Thames Path. The guidebook I've been using, which is the official National Trails guidebook, says that this is the official end of the Thames Path, 180 miles. Although there is an extension which goes to something or another, I'll tell you. Crayford Ness, another 10 miles. but I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll come back another day and do it. But then of course there's a national trail that continues on from there and goes all the way around the coast, so who knows. Anyway, it's still been a great journey. Yeah, it's just been amazing to see the Thames change from a quiet little field almost in the middle of nowhere to this massive great river that goes to the sea. Time to time I've been able to smell the salt and a place where people paddle around little inflatable canoes to a place where there's massive ships and quaint little villages to industry really around about, and huge blocks of flats, and the city and all its money and stuff like that changes so much. It's been beautiful. Some of it's been a bit ugly. It's been great to see the way the rivers, well, it's been great to see how man relates to the river, living by it, leisure activities, industry, using it different ways. The way we've tried to control it or manipulate it, but through it all, the river is the river, isn't it? And it has its own way. So yeah, it's been really good experience. Some of it surprised me, and some of it has really wowed me out. But there we are. So that's the end of this one. Thanks for watching. Again, if it's a little bit long, I'm sorry, but there's just so much happens in these 16 miles. Trying to get it all in might be a little bit difficult. And don't know. See what's next. Anyway, I've got to carry on for a bit to find a station. And I think I'll try and find somewhere for a bit more food. Thanks for being with us. See you again another time. Take care and enjoy your walks wherever you go, whatever you do.